The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers for him from a week ago: 21 carries, 69 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked to him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, two hands still.
And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. He could only get a yard after all that. It's 2nd down. In motion, Hill. To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down. Throwing now is Mahomes. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, is going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Finding space at the 40. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. The first carry for the North Texas man is Jeff Wilson. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down. Now Tua. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. They'll run again with Wilson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 42 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Second down, this is Wilson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
They'll run it here with Huntley. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Jason Huntley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 7. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Up the middle they go with McAllister. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
This is McAllister, and this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, they'll run it with McAllister. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. These two teams all tied after 1. Here's Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hand.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 23. A good pickup there at 22. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Again, he finds more.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flush to his right. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Room here to run. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
They go again with Huntley.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Tua going to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Meanwhile, two his throws taken in by Waddle. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch.
Touchdown! Jalen Waddle from 21 yards away.
And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. KC's offense ready to take over. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Got his man complete, Moore. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he'll go right back to Moore, complete again. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Now it's Mahomes again.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony.
And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now here's Mahomes. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to our
halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter.
But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, It's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Wilson with a first down carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Tua. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
To his throw, caught by his receiver, Hill. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Forced out to his left. Catch made right side by Wilson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 13. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw caught by Tony. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for him.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mahomes. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Watch out for Hill on the return. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. From just shy of midfield, Tua. They complete it to Hill. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
There on the stop was Leo Chanel.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Another run for Wilson on second.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Tua sets up to pass it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked up by Nick Bolton.
Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I guarantee you, it's not very good.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going
to a hit, and the ball is out.
And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that will bring up second down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted.
Picked off by Keon Crossan.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. Here's Mahomes to throw.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd.
Man open, it's Tony. He's got it.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Marquez Valdez-Scantling from 3 yards out.
And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Another carry for Wilson. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A run with Huntley. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Huntley. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throwing quickly to Wilson. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Jason Huntley. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And out come the Chiefs now. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On play action, it's Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd and 8 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
No hesitations. They go right back to Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Dolphins, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3.
Yeah. You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cypress block, young buck holding the like we knew it all. Not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, to look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the in my paper.
They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbilly. Q-Bone staying with the lick. Really became a boss many years back. When I'm gone, can be pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce. You got no chance of hanging. They take the tails when you're flipping the quarter. We ain't slowing down, we crashing through the border.
When you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system and turn it up, a little louder, turn it up.